Hello, good morning, and welcome to Cricket Country's live cricket analysis of the first session's play on the fourth day in the first test between India and New Zealand. What we had was India, obviously, as expected, cramming home the advantage. They extended their lead beyond 300 runs in the second innings, and New Zealand have their backs against the wall. We had two very good innings coming in from Murali Vijay and Cheteshwar Pujara. Both the batsmen deserved their centuries like they did in the first innings, but unfortunately, they both fell for somewhat identical scores. What is alarming for India right now is the form of their captain Virat Kohli, who has scored about 90 odd runs in last six innings, averaging close to 15. Uh, Given the fact that it is going to be a big home season for India coming in the coming months, Kohli's form is not good. It's not a good sign at all. But we are going to talk about a lot. With me here is Swajit. I'm here from Cricket Country. I'm here. I'm Devarsit, and we'll start with where this match is headed and how much more do India need to bat. So Swajit, India are ahead by 308 runs. What India have is six more wickets left in hand. Rohit Sharma and Ajinkya Rahane are at the crease, and we can expect them to put somewhere around 350 or probably 400. So can we say that India would like to bat one more hour into the second session?
Yeah, I think they look to bat another hour or hour and a half in the second session because uh, you know there is still a lot of time in the test remaining. There are five sessions still to go, and at the back of the minds they know that four sessions probably should be enough for their spinners to bowl out New Zealand
Correct.
again. So yeah, but they will also like to have that extra luxury of time. So I think for 400 is something. I mean, 370, 380 is something they would be looking at. And in the next session, we will see the Indians batting more aggressively and trying to notch up some quick runs. And by the same time, Rohit Sharma is probably also playing for his place in the side.
Yes.
So so he'll also like to get some runs under his belt.
We can see that a quick declaration. Say Rohit Sharma, I think, is batting on 12 runs right
Yeah.
now, and Ajinkya Rahane is on 21 not out. So for Rohit Sharma to make his case strong to remain in the Indian side, what he needs is a big score, probably a 50 or 60 or somewhere even close to 100. Looking at the look, I mean, keeping in perspective what the match situation is right now, India cannot afford to give New Zealand to give their batsmen who are there at the crease. Both Rohit and Rahane, they need some runs at home, like the way Kohli did. Unfortunately, he failed. But will Rohit get the chance to bat for long, or will there be a declaration somewhere around 1 hour into the first
Uh,
session?
See, the point is, if let's go back to the Saint Lucia test where Rohit played he scored 40 odd runs in the second innings. He was batting very at a brisk pace. So I mean, India will be happy. And see, Rohit when it is one day cricket or when it comes to scoring runs at a quick pace, so Rohit is good at it.
Correct.
So Rohit, all he needs to do is go out and play his national game.
Correct.
Even if he gets to say suppose 30, 40 not out of a 45 not out of 50. So I think it will be good enough. He'll make a strong case for himself for the next test.
Correct, correct. Let's speak a little bit more about Murali Vijay and Cheteshwar Pujara. These two batsmen have had a very good test so far. They have made an excellent start to the big home India season. They have stuck two very identical half centuries. Both of them, they got out in their 60s in the first innings, and in the second innings they got out for 70s. In both the innings, in the first innings they added 112 runs for the second wicket. In the second innings they added 133 runs for the second wicket. Now, what it tells us that these two batsmen are providing the solidity which India seeks from their number two and number three batsmen. But at the same time, somewhere the drive to get the big score is it missing?
No, not really. With the way these two batted, I mean, in the first innings, I would say that both of them, threw away their wickets. But in the second innings, actually, with the pitch spinning and even the New Zealand bowlers getting those occasional turn and bounce.
Correct.
If you see, both of them were actually dismissed by the bowlers. Then them giving the wickets.
Correct.
Santner got it was Santner's probably Jadeja moment. He got
Yes.
that ball to straighten, and whichever was caught plumb in front.
Correct.
And Pujara also, it was a big turn from Is Sodhi that got his outside edge.
Okay, so that is what we have about on Murli Vijay and Cheteshwar Pujara. But let's talk about India's captain, the run machine Virat Kohli, and we all expected him to start the home season with a bang. He looked quite positive and very aggressive in the first innings. Even in the second innings, he was, I think, in both the innings, he was trying to be a little more aggressive. There were thick edges flying over, and then there were a couple of strokes being played in the air. Was that needed?
Not really. I mean, Virat would see. Virat has set a benchmark for himself in terms of consistency. I mean, he has notched up hundreds at will, with the white ball. But in Test cricket, Virat's form. I mean, Virat. It's not that Virat still averages over 45.
Correct.
His average is pretty healthy. But what bothers me is his consistency. I mean, since the time he got his 200, like you previously mentioned, that he got 90 odd runs at an average of 15.6. So that is the concerning bit. Like, maybe in the next test he'll again come up with another 200, but he needs to be consistent. He's India's best batsman across formats, and at the start of the home season, and with the 500 test was a special occasion, and Virat should have looked to make it count.
Correct. Let's talk about the pitch a little bit. Do you see the pitch has got any different from what it was yesterday? Because in the morning, from what I saw, the ball is turning a lot more compared to what it was turning yesterday. Because when the New Zealand bowlers were bowling in the first innings, they were not getting as much turn as they are getting it right now. So
Yeah,
is a bit different from what it was yesterday compared to today.
it is turning a bit more, and especially Mitchell Santner has been bowling in the right areas. That is the reason I mentioned that a fourth session should be enough for the Indian bowlers to bowl out the New Zealand batsmen, because I mean, we can only imagine how Ashwin and Jadeja will be. They'll be much more effective in this surface.
Correct. Uh, we have a comment coming in from Mr. Baljinder Singh. He's asking, can New Zealand save this match? Baljinder, New Zealand have their back against the wall, as I said earlier. If there is a possibility of, or probably a percentage which I can probably give it to you, that if New Zealand can save this match, then I'll say it's 80 to 20%, 80 to 20, because 80% India are winning. They have a score in excess of they have a target in excess of 300 runs, and they have a lot of time left in the game with a deteriorating pitch which is supporting the spin bowling to get the wicket. So if New Zealand bat well, but for that they need a unified batting effort from all their batsmen, not just one or two. We know Kane Williamson is going to get runs. We know from what we saw in the first innings. Tom Latham dropped the anchor and he scored a very gritty 70 odd runs. But for this, you will not only need runs, but you will also need batsmen who can grind it out. So that is what the scene is.
It will be very difficult for them, but we never say no in cricket, because against the same side, when the last time these two sides met, we remember that McCullum 302, how that changed the entire course of the game. But yeah, having said so, I completely agree with Devachit that they'll have to be. I mean, it will test their skills.
It will test their skills. So this is all we have for today in the first session's analysis. We're about 12 to 13 minutes away from the start of the game. We had a session being washed out on the second day evening, which is the third session. So this is why on the third day we started early, and then the sessions are a little more longer as well. Even the tea session will be stopping at about 2:30 p.m. IST, and the end of play will be at around 4:45 IST today. This is all we have for right now. Let's see how India bats and how long they bat. Let's see if the New Zealand they change their bowling tactics at all. But right now it's advantage India. They are in the driver's seat of this test, and let's see where it is headed. Thank you for now. Keep following cricketcountry.com.
Thank you.